Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name's Christina. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back, hello there. Today I thought it would be fun as our last video before we go into Bookmas, which I am doing. I know, crazy, who is she doing Bookmas on her first literal year of YouTube? It's not even been a year yet. I don't know who I think I am. I'm stressed. You're not stressed. I'm stressed. So it's fine. But I thought we could do the 10 books I want to read before the end of the year. I have made this very easy for myself because I want to complete this. I have done books I know for a fact I am reading. There are a couple in there that I'm like, oh, I might get to it, I might not. But for the majority of these options, I have chosen books I know I'm going to read because I need a win here. I need a win. We have 10. And they're not short. They're not short. And some of them are series, some of them are standalones. We'll see. I thought this could be a fun final video before we start Bookmas, which as you're watching this, Bookmas starts in a more week. In a week. Next Monday's upload, hello Bookmas day 1. Seriously, I'm so excited to start Bookmas. I thought, why not do 10 before the end, and we can see how many we get through Bookmas. So let's stop yapping and let's get on to it. So I'm gonna start off with ones that I don't really have any rhyme or reason. First one is Face Off by Chelsea Curto. I saw a lot of this book quite a while, not too long ago, but I love a good ice hockey romance, in the winter especially. I love a good ice hockey romance, and this is a indie romance. I think it might be traditionally published soon, which is kind of annoying because I have the indie version of book 1 and I won't have the indie versions of the other books, but it's fine. But yeah, this is Face Off, so I don't know too much about it, to be honest with you, but it looks like they both play ice hockey and I'm all for it. So book number 1 that I would like to read by the end of the year is Face Off by Chelsea Curto. Book number 2, if this is a cop-out, I don't care. We have A Heart for Christmas. If you are on Book Talk, if you have seen anything, you've probably seen this book. This is an advent calendar romance. So each day through the month of December, you go ahead and you open a section and you read that. So for instance, see, it says the 1st of December, and then you rip open there's like a card, and you peel the card open, and then you get a chapter a day of a romance book. Honestly, I'm so excited to read this. It is by Sophie Jordan, and it's an advent romance, and I think it's just going to be fun. And obviously I'm definitely going to be reading this through the month. This is literally my advent calendar I've bought myself. So that's book number 2. Okay, book number 3. This book has been on my TBR for most of the year. It was an anticipated release I've still not read because I've heard bad things about it and I'm a bit nervous about reading it. We have A Curse Carved in Bone by Danielle Jensen. I have started this book. I am a good 52 pages in. However, I've not picked it up since I got 52 pages in, and it's been like over a month. But this is book 2 in the saga of Unfated, which is a duology. So I loved book 1 when I read it last year. Absolutely ate it up, read it so fast. This one, however, I don't know why, but there's a part of me that just doesn't want to read it and is putting this off big time. This needs to be read this year. It's also in my 15 books of 2025, so seriously, we need to read this, please. The next book is to finish a series off, another series, because why not finish a series off at the end of the year, is Breathe With Me by Becca Mack. I know I'm going to read this. This is my current read right now. I'm loving it. But this is the 5th and final book in the Playing for Keeps series. I love this series. I started reading it when it was indie published, and I now have the trad covers here, and I do have the indie published covers elsewhere. But I love these. I love this series. I love the characters. Again, another ice hockey romance. Who's not here for it, especially in December? Who's not here for an ice hockey romance? This one is quite triggering. It's got triggering topics. It is about we're following our main characters, Cara and Emmett, but they have fertility struggles, and all their friends around them are having kids, and it's just, let's just say I'm 150 pages in and I have been crying. This one hits, this one hurts, but it's also really good, and I'm so happy that this is like the final book of this series and this is the couple that it is, and I'm very excited to finally know a bit more about Cara and Emmett's background and story. That is book number 4. Okay, book 5, also slightly a cop-out, we have a Christmas book. I know I'm going to read Christmas books because I love Christmas. We have Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I read my first B.K. Borison book this year, which was First Time Caller, back in February. I absolutely loved it. So I immediately knew that when she announced she was releasing this book that I was going to have to read it. This is Good Spirits. This is the Works edition. It's gorgeous. But it's literally, I think it's the Ghost of Christmas Past. Yeah. It's literally the Ghost of Christmas Past and Harriet. But she's a really nice person. So it's not like she's Scrooge. So they can't really figure out why he's been sent to see her. But yeah. I'm just so excited to read this, seriously. Book number 6 I want to get to by the end of the year is Breaking Point by Mads Rafferty. I have never read a Mads Rafferty book. I have wanted to read her fantasy series for so long. Have I read it? No, I have not. But this is her new ice hockey romance series. I've actually started this book on Kindle. I don't know how far I technically am in, and it has been a little while since reading this, but from what I remember, she is now his assistant and they fake date. So I was like a decent chunk into the book that I know that. But yeah, I really want to read this by the end of the year. I know I'm gonna. I'm very excited. Just the cover's gorgeous. And again, we're supporting indie authors. Please and thank you, indie authors. We need more support. I have 3. We have 3 indie books in this stack, so do with that as you will. The next book is another book that's on my 15 books of 2025. We have The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. I have started this. I'm on chapter 4, which is page 69. Okay, I have been reading this series since I want to say last September, and I need to finish this series off. I've been doing the audiobooks of these. I really like the audiobooks. Honestly, as soon as I finish my current audiobook, I'm planning to carry on and actually get into this audiobook. But if this series is not done by the end of the year, at this point I'm never going to be allowed to read Catabasis, because that is my one rule, is I have to finish this series before reading Catabasis. Your girl needs to finish this series. Okay, book 7 is another series that your girl needs to finish. We have The Claiming of Souls by R.A. Sandpiper. This is a indie fantasy romance-ish. The plot is definitely more heavy than the romance. This is such a slow burn, such enemies to lovers. This is the 3rd and final book in this series. I have been loving this series. I actually finished book 2 this week, so I really need to get to book 3 and finish this series off, because I really enjoy R.A. Sandpiper's writing. I really like the characters. I'm really excited to see where the plot is going to keep on going. I'm very, very invested, so I just need to finish this series off so I can have it all wrapped up in my head, please, and thank you. Okay, the next book is The Night is Defying by Chloe C. Penaranda. This is the 2nd book in the Nightfall series. I want to say it's Nightfall. The 1st book is The Stars of Dying. The 2nd book is The Night is Defying. The 3rd book, I think, comes out in January. But I need to read this book so I can finish off the And Air Comes to Rise series. I saw something from, I think probably from actually Chloe C. Penaranda, but potentially there is some sort of crossover or something that happens in the final book of, I think it's the 6th book of the And Air Comes to Rise series. And you need to have read the first 2 books in The Stars Are Dying, this series, before reading that book. I need to read this book so I can finish the And Air Comes to Rise series off. And I also need to read this book so then eventually when the 3rd book comes out, I can read that. So, your girl needs to read this book. I really like this series. We are following Night and, what's her name? Estera. Night and Estera. And I really liked book 1, so I'm really hoping I enjoy book 2. And the 10th and final book that your girl needs to read by the end of the year is Alchemy Secrets by Stephanie Garber. I love Stephanie Garber. I've read the Caraval series, I love it. I've read the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, I love it. This, however, I've tried to pick up. I don't know whether this is my vibe, to be completely honest with you. This is the fairy edition. I do have the normal edition, but it's wrapped up, and I'm not going to say why, but it's wrapped up. So, this makes me a bit nervous. I've heard mixed reviews about it. I've also heard, obviously this is a fantasy, but I've also heard people say it's not very fantasy, like it's more mystery, which makes me a bit nervous going into it, because I'm not the biggest like mystery reader. And I think this is book 2. I heard Stephanie Garber, I saw a thing that she said that there's Alchemy book 2, so I'm not too sure. I'm hoping I enjoy it, but this is the one that out of all of the books on my TBR, this and A Curse Carving Bone are the 2 that I'm most nervous and most not likely to get to by the end of the year, to be completely honest with you. And as a Stephanie Garber stan, this needs to be read because I love her. But will I love this? I don't know. If you've read this, let me know in the comments your thoughts on it. So, they are the 10 books that I want to read by the end of the year. We have quite a lot. Honestly, I'm hoping that I'll at least get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7. I think I'll at least read 7, maybe 8. But if I can get all 10, pat on the back, girl. Give me a pat on the back, because I would have read some of my most put off books I've been avoiding. So, I mean, we'll see. But these are the 10 books that I want to read by the end of the year. We have a month and like a week and a half to read these as I'm filming this. So it's not looking very good. But I'm going to try my best. Thank you so much for watching. But I know I'll see you next week for the start of Bookmas. I am doing 12 days of Bookmas, one every other day. So the first week of Bookmas, you're going to get 4 videos seeing my face. I know. Yeah. But when you next see me, it will be Bookmas Day 1. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know if any of the books that I'm planning to read by the end of the year are also on your radar, or let me know what yours are. I'm very, very intrigued. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one, ready for Bookmas. Thank you so much. Bye.